Don't be a fucking piece of shit. Hello guys, welcome to stream. Hello. Basically ഇന്നത്തെ ടൈറ്റിൽ എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത് ഞാൻ വേറൊന്നും ടൈറ്റിലാണ് ഇടാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത്, ബട്ട് എനിക്ക് ഇത് മാത്രം ഓർമ്മ വന്നുള്ളൂ. Apparently I heard about an incident about a real life vlogger. I think എവിടെ ഹോങ്കോങ്ങിൽ എന്തോ പോയായിരുന്നു, ഒരു വിയറ്റ്നമീസ് വ്ളോഗർ ഐ ഗെസ്. ആൻഡ് she went to like vlog a Hong Kong thing, I guess, and there a piece of shit tried to make advances on her, which went to which became a bit physical. She was pretty much telling him she's not alone, but then he still kept on going until he saw some other guy, and then he left. Like it's weird. Then it was revealed that guy was from fucking Himachal Pradesh. Thanks brother, ഇന്ത്യക്കാരുടെ പേര് നശിപ്പിച്ചു. Good fucking job. I mean, yeah, I know people don't judge, but people do judge. Yeah. So for all people who are leaving their home country, going to another country, just because you're not in your country, don't be a fucking absolute piece of shit, please. I guess adum parnu. Oh, this card, what the shit? Garu tuck skin. Yes, very edittundo onnarokke. 1000 damage. Greek god, play again. Greek god. Anyways, ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ സ്ട്രീംസ് അങ്ങ് നിർത്താം. 1 second. സ്ട്രീംസ് ഒന്ന് തുടങ്ങാം. ഫക്ക്, സോറി, മൈ ബാഡ്. എൻ്റെ മൈക്ക് വർക്ക് ആവുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ അല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ. ബേസിക്കലി ഇന്ന് വാലറന്റ് ഇല്ല, ബിക്കോസ് എൻ്റെ ഡെയിലി എൻ്റെ ഫ്രണ്ട് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. സോ ഐ ഡോണ്ട് നീഡ് ടു പ്ലേ ദാറ്റ്. I guess maybe it's my fault that I'm like continually being shit at the game, because ഞാൻ like side modes ഒക്കെയാണ് കൂടുതൽ ഇപ്പോൾ കളിക്കാറുള്ളത്, and I guess that might be the reason why. Wait, damage ഉള്ളവരുണ്ട്. I guess being a warrior is the best.
Cerberus. Infinite choices. You chose well.
അയ്യോ, അവരുടെ റൂൺസ്കേപ്പ് കൊളാബ് ആക്ച്വലി ഭയങ്കര രസമായിരുന്നു, ഇവരുടെ സ്മൈറ്റിൻ്റെ. ബിക്കോസ് ലൈക്ക് അതിന് നമുക്ക് റാൻഡം കേപ്പ് ഒക്കെ കിട്ടും. ആ കേപ്പ് ഒക്കെ വെച്ചിട്ട് ഭയങ്കര ലൈക്ക് കുറച്ചും കൂടെ കസ്റ്റമൈസേഷൻ ഓപ്ഷൻസ് ചില ഹീറോസിന് കിട്ടിയായിരുന്നു. ലൈക്ക് ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ സർബറസിൻ്റെ ഈ സ്കിന്ന് എനിക്ക് 2 കേപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്, ബിക്കോസ് ഐ ഡിഡ് സം അച്ചീവ്മെൻറ്റ്സ്. 3520.
The balance of this dimension is wrong. We must intervene.
That's too bad. Curses!
Cerninos വന്നു, so I guess maybe.
Defend!
The infinite cannot be touched.
ഇത് വാങ്ങിയിട്ട് പിന്നെ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ഡാമേജ് ഐറ്റംസ്.
That's too bad.
For the people!
On my way.
Time for a little cover. Here you go!
There's the blood!
Reform.
Minions have reached your portal. Wow! You must have choking on the meatball. An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain. That's too bad. Ultimate is ready. That's
Missed!
spicy meatball. Wow! You must have choking on the meat. Warn you! You think you can just tossed out? The fresh meat has been tenderized.
Close.
ചങ്ക എന്താ വാങ്ങിയ ക്രോണോസ്?
Be right back.
Little covert.
Okay.
Can't hit.
An enemy has been slain. Mamma mia, not again! Okay, stop. Maybe a little. Wow! You must have choking on the meatball.
Not an issue. That is unfortunate.
Okay.
Your beings cannot fathom what this means.
My apologies.
This strategy calls for explosives.
An enemy has been slain.
Sharpen my senses.
Ultimate is ready. Ultimate is down. Okay.
This strategy calls for explosives.
Joker on the meat. Behind us. Cancel that. Be right back. On my way. Mamma mia, not again! That's too bad.
Watch each other's back.
Face the enemy. An ally has been slain. Mamma mia, not again! You think you can just pass away like that?
Pasta ആണോ
That's too bad. Attack! Fire shot! Be careful! An enemy has been slain.
Don't let him. Can't hit what you can't see.
Wow! Compliments to the chef. Double kill. Mamma will not be happy. Chase the enemy. Wow! He must have Joker on the meatball. Okay, so maybe a little salt did hurt someone. On my way. An enemy has been slain. Awesome.
Let us
Take that!
enemy has been slain.
Be right back. I'm building stacks.
Mortal beings cannot fathom what this means.
Can't hit what you can't see.
Until I return. This
That's too bad.
Watch each other's back.
Moi, compliment to the dead. You have slain an enemy. Bravo!
Sorry.
This strategy calls for explosives.
the infinite cannot be touched.
Wow! He must have choked on the meatball. Did he attach your spaghetti?
Strategy calls for explosives. Time to go and
Mamma mia, not again! You think you gonna just pass away like that? An ally has been slain. That was a sorry and joke.
This mortal beings cannot fathom what this means.
I'll attack.
this strategy calls for explosives.
You're not again! Two meatballs is better than one.
Ultimate is down.
Wow! He must have choker on the meatball. An enemy has been slain. Wow! He must have choker on the meatball. Dio! Moi! Compliment, Michelle! You think you can just pass away like that? Okay, so maybe a little soft did hurt some.
Echo of the beginning. I see it all.
Ultimate is ready.
Ally has been slain. You just got served. Some delicious pasta, huh? Mamma mia, not again!
Ultimate is down. Okay. Fine.
Great feat.
Nice job.
Farewell.
Good game.
Pandemonium here.
Bonus round. Get ready to fight. An echo of the beginning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fight!
An enemy has been slain. Shut down. Moi! Compliment, Michelle. The fresh meat has been tenderized. Moi! Compliment, Michelle. Triple kill. Moi! Compliment, Michelle.
30 seconds remaining.
Great feat. Farewell.
I'm the greatest.
Okay, I guess one game down, two to go. Oh, shiny bombardier. എവിടുന്ന്? How? Okay. Next game. I guess na Apex കളിക്കാം because you know Apex സമയം എടുക്കും. Or should I play R6? Yeah, R6 R6 Apex actually. Okay, apparently R6 2 GB update ഉണ്ട്. So നമുക്ക് 2 GB background noises കേട്ടോണ്ടിരിക്കാം guys. ഇത് വേണ്ട.
After putting my
ഇത്
friend
വേണ്ട. ജോൺട്രോന്റെ വീഡിയോ വേറെ വീഡിയോ. But anyways. ഞണ്ടി. Shadow of the Earth Tree.
Hey guys, here I am with the playing the single player for Among Us. Couldn't find anybody. Nobody really wanted to play right now, so I was just figured to check out the single player mode. See if I can beat my best lap here. Oh, that's gonna cost me a little. If I can just make this turn. Oh, that might be it. Wow, there we go. Oh, that's gonna mess my time up there. And then, yep, took that turn a little wide too. This is actually pretty fun to do, like the time trial mode, because it's like because your greatest enemy is your own self, you know. Now I'm playing hide and seek. There I am. I know because I was the one who picked that spot. Oh, look at this! You can just play against bots. Here we go. Oh no, he's gonna get me. Oh, it's gonna kill me. He's gonna get me. Trick is just to hit that perfect line, and that's gonna take you like right, boom, and that's gonna hit like, I think we can do 4 seconds something. Yellow goes to yellow, blue. I mean, I know colors, so this is easy for me. Trick is when you're coming up on that green box, you gotta turn like at a 30-degree pitch, and that's gonna give you like enough centrifugal. I mean, it requires a little more brain power than a JRPG or something. World of Warcraft. Oh! Normally the crew would have just won, because the taskbar is full. For free play, we issue new tasks instead. Well, that's a good idea. Get some more practice in on this Leaf game. 2. 3. See, what I like about this game is that the Leafs, they have like other Leafs they can hang out with. And then you can throw them in the trash where they belong. Stop the game. I know who it is. I know who did it. Think about it. It's dummy 4. Why did everybody vote for me? Alright, well. Even the bots don't want to play against me. For Among Us 2, they should really add in like a ghost, so you can kind of see your previous time, you know what I'm saying? So you can like get that turn just perfect. Cause it's tricky, man. This turn is tricky. Like, oh, but that was pretty nice right there. What I did.
2 GB ആയതേ ഉള്ളൂ. 39 MB.
A human. Jaden PDX, what's going on, man? You ready to play some of this Among Us multiplayer mode?
Obvious cheater fakes blindfolded Super Mario 64 speedrun. I love cheating.
Hey guys, here I am with... Hello, I am Mr. Beast Gaming, but really, I'm not. In reality, I am the
Okay, ഇത് കുറച്ച് സമയം എടുക്കുമെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. So I guess until that moment ഞാൻ Apex കളിക്കാം. But hopefully എനിക്ക് Rainbow Six update ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു by that.
When an actor is doing their job, you shouldn't even notice them. They should completely disappear into their role and convince you that this fictional character is actually a real person. In the world of video games, this is almost never the case.
I really am eating. This morning I had some soup.
it is really hard to get a convincing performance in a video game because it's such a collaborative process. You need good writers, good actors, and good animators all working in tandem at a consistently high level to get a good performance. And then on top of that, you now have to graft that work onto a highly volatile program and pray to Shadow Jesus that it somehow remains intact.
Now bear my Arctic blast.
You could give Daniel Day-Lewis that Octopath dialogue, and you still aren't coming out the other side of that with a good performance.
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, Your Excellency, Your Excellency.
Cloud's famous pizza line from Final Fantasy is actually pretty clever, but the way it's delivered makes it sound like Cloud is legitimately annoyed he isn't getting his pizza.
Yeah. You owe me a pizza.
There are so many opportunities for acting to go horribly wrong in a video game, and that's why it usually goes horribly, horribly wrong.
Let's live together in a world where only Reploids exist.
Iris, there's no world just for Reploid. It's only a fantasy.
Yes, I know.
But the way I look at it, terrible acting can often make a game more fun. It's like when a game ships with all these horrendous bugs and glitches. Yeah, they ruined the game, but the game was gonna suck ass anyway, so at least now you can laugh at it.
That's Eggman! I wonder what happened to Sonic.
Really what I'm looking for are the two extremes. If I'm looking for the absolute worst shit ever made, or the top of the line best stuff of all time.
Today's a good day to see death.
Entertainment designs. Everything in the middle is just kind of boring.
I can't let you live.
I'm sorry. Please.
For a cartoon character like Gex, you want the actor to bring a level of energy and vitality to the role.
And this is just one of the 40,000 rooms in Aaron Spelling's house.
But did you know that in the European version of Gex, it sounds weird. It's
like Saturday morning at Timothy Leary's house.
For Kratos, you wanted to talk like this, Shingo.
Get in the boat, boy. This way, boy. Slow down, boy. Stay back, boy.
For Dynasty Warriors 3, whether you're making a movie about talking cars, talking bugs, talking toys, or talking fish, we, the audience, still expect them to talk and act like human beings. There is something in our DNA that makes us root for each other. When we see another human being in distress, we instinctively want to help them or see them over the situation.
Look beyond the veil. No se boxing.
Like a
and
robot.
You're gone.
My mother! Oh no!
What do I do? So much is wrong.
You never want to go full-on robo mode, even when your character is a robot. You gotta give the audience something to latch onto. There are so many games where that voice actor
Serving him a knuckle sandwich. Here comes the old knuckle
What?
Metal Gear Solid, Sonic, Mario, Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, Silent Hill. Americans have been playing goofy-ass localized dubs for decades, and now you're acting like we're too good for them? Even though that's an American game? You cringing idiot? While we're talking about Ghost of Tsushima, look at this bullshit. Look at how the camera zooms way out so you can't see their stupid automated faces.
My face is quiet from dealing with everything.
LA Noire was a big breakthrough in face animation. From what I understand, the technology powering this game
The great unveil.
speak for themselves because of their face.
I really thought that hobo done.
Is infamous for having his
compound and the temple all on the same night.
I seen the whole
The thieves broke into the arcane military.
It's like
right here.
Oh shit, a grenade. Grenada.
Sometimes you have nothing to play off of. Other times, with these big budget games, you're on a mocap set with other actors and you can actually develop a realistic rhythm of conversation.
But there's gotta be something.
Cross.
They don't see.
Our work is only. We must push
There's
ourselves.
so much more to say, but I'm gonna close this video out on one of the absolute pinnacles of it. And that is
Be great on this.
He's right.
this was exciting.
I'm not charging.
You got talent, and we work too hard.
You can
We
keep
playing
trying.
like this.
That's right.
I've
We
seen
all
that.
have that attitude.
And you
The
always
train
end
will be
up
rolling
making
in no time. Let's do it.
Bring up Death Stranding.
Keep what my sorry ass has every time. Loved him.
Who had thought? Like you.
We all over the court and you didn't give me the ball.
Oh my god. Listen to that rage, that hatred.
Boy, get out my face with that, man. I do what I do with the rock for the good of this team. And I don't need nobody second guessing me. You ain't my coach, punk.
That's the kind of selfish I'm talking about.
Be great on this.
No!
And the Toy Story game, and they both had isometric racing, which is not a good idea. Why did I have biker mice from Mars instead of just Zelda? Cool box art.
Ah fuck, 120 കൊടുത്തതാണ്.
Carnage. This is another one I had as a kid because look at that box, man. It's so red. There's like an evil demon on there with a Spider-Man. Even the cartridge is red, so you know it's good. As an adult, I look at this box art and all I see is the
Drawing
the
back
cover of Pac-Man 2 on the other hand. Not quite. This was intended to be Gets killed. As you see it in the expectors and even funny in the game. Box art was generally much better.
Shooting my heart out there.
Compared to now,
One night.
it's like the marketing team is saying to the consumers, don't worry, there are no original ideas here. Super Mario Brothers 2, iconic box art because of its and was typically for games that didn't like Zelda, Sonic and Knuckles, more Mortal Kombat. Halo 2 doesn't even say Halo on the front. It just says 2. You know what game this is. Bitch. Discover 2, right? I forgot what it was. However, you can't apply the same strategy to 3D balls because nobody knows what that is. Nobody is going to tell Santa they want balls for Christmas. It's hard to pinpoint what makes it up. It can't be round. It can't be too powerful. It's got to be clean. It can't be boring. Great work is the ability to transform.
Recharge your shield.
It's go time. We are about to win.
Now look at Donkey. The colors just jump off the pots with these beautiful 3D models draped in the shadows of glossy foliage. Diddy Kong is hanging on for dear life with rain boots, rhino skin texture. How come? Not quite as good as the long Spider-Man for PS4. This is fine.
അത് കൊണ്ടോ വാവ് അത്യാവശ്യം റേഞ്ച് ഉണ്ട് കേട്ടോ ക്യാമറ.
Now let's take the scene to the next level. Wow! Look at Spider-Man falling with his reflection in the glass. There's a sense of place and scale that Spider-Man remains the focal point. Here's a game from Infogrames called Alone in the Dark 2. What a majestic
You are the Apex champions.
Slap a big stupid ass sticker on there. Jack is back, baby. I don't know what the fuck that means. Cover art can be a great way to differentiate your game in the marketplace. If every game has a dude with a gun, you can be the game that has a spider with a gun and a knife. Take Duke Nukem. Everyone knows this game is a Doom knockoff, so to combat this image, they designed their cover art to be a one-to-one copy of Doom. What incredible artwork on these games.
തലവേദന എടുക്കുന്നു. രണ്ടെണ്ണാണ് സോ അതിന്റെ ഒരു ട്രയൽസ് ആണ്.
Until you hit this one. No, it's not worse than Biofreaks, right? But it's not on par with the Dino City now, is it? It's just some default looking anime characters with very little attitude. It's better than Russell Grant's Astrology, but it isn't good like Donkey Kong. Where things really start to get messed up though is on the DS version of the game, because it was already on the DS, but then on the 3DS version, it's really starting to get very little, and then on the Switch version, what the hell? One of my biggest no-nos are templates. Capcom did it, Konami did it, Sega really. The Master System cover art. This is where creativity goes to get murdered. These are an abomination. Imagine your entire collection of games, all with identical grid backgrounds. Gary Kitchen was one of the great game designers, like Tim Clancy, that really understood the allure of mystery. What is the free offer? You have to buy the game to find out. That's the genius of it all. Who is this man on the cover art of Columns 3? And why is he also on Sonic? For the game Odama, nothing is left to the imagination. You look at the artwork and go, okay, yes, I understand what kind of game this is. Bonus microphone included. Obviously, this is a racing game. Titles will often have different cover art depending on which region they're released in. In Japan and Europe, Phalanx is some kind of spaceship game, but in North America, we know that it is actually a game about an old man.
Can you feel that? The heat of the flame calls to us all.
See how we take different approaches to make the game appeal. Sometimes we're out here whooping their ass, other times we got fucking smoke. Here is the Japanese box art for Mega Man. The first thing you are going to notice is that they spelled Mega Man. But this is fixed by writing it in English so Japanese people won't know. The artwork itself isn't bad. It's not great, but then you realize it was pretty good actually. Not only does the American art hit you with the Capcom template, but Rockman also shows up. Now here's the European version. What the hell? No bonus microphone? Let's do a test. Boom, boom. Which one of these do you prefer? Bah! We're just walking down the Hall of Fame now. Here's a beautiful design by the guy who does Kanye's merch. What?
Watch for the new king.
Well, that's just green Pac-Man eating a purple apple. What the fuck is Cheggers?
Hey, hiya! It's me, Cheggers!
The last one I want to talk about is Bust-A-Move, which is actually a very fun, well-made game. And here's the box art. And what's fucked up about this is that it's actually a significant improvement over the box art for the PS1 version, where this guy's eyes are in jail. To bring things to an even further degree of fuckery, there is also a game called Bust-A-Groove. So when you ask your grandma for the cute bubble popping game with the dinosaur and she is faced with this or this, she will probably gravitate towards the game called Super Bubble Pop. Or she might get Bubble Bobble, which has the correct dinosaur, but is a completely different game unless they're using this cover art, which is a fucking disgrace. At which point your grandma says, fuck this shit. Go ahead and give me one copy of Russell Crowe's Astounding.
Light ammo here.
Where did oh shield?
Let's check out that way, friends.
Attention, delivering care package.
Care package, gotta hop up here. Disruptor.
Have you ever heard
about sound before? When people talk about video games, they usually fixate on
There is a treasure back here. It's yours if you like.
Design. It's the underdog element, the one most often taken for granted. But without sound effects and music, video games will be incredibly lame. To help me illustrate what I'm talking about in this video, I had to bring in one of the all-time greatest masters of sound.
Target over there.
Agreed.
Michael was so noisy there in the house, y'all. What's up?
Now, back in arcade times, video games would only have 6 or 7 sound effects. That's it. That is nothing. So you really had to make them count. Look at Pac-Man. Now with Pac-Man, Michael, this is like the serious part. Okay, don't come in yet. This is like this.
Antagonist over there.
Solid copy.
Okay, that's him powering. Limitations, good. Early consoles like the NES only had 5 sound chips.
Let's go.
This is where the term mono sound. Mono being French. Charge.
Enemy shield.
Couldn't do it.
I shot at it.
Hop in the chimney.
Here.
Oh, painless knocking at the door.
And this is why Okay, and some games were much smaller, like Galaxian.
Shields are recharging.
Developers had to be very sure choosing how much space do you dedicate to sound. And most of that space on any console, most of that data is just sounds like the ones Michael Winslow was making. Remember when they put out Titanfall 1
Enemy spotted.
60 gigabytes?
Here I
it
go.
turned out that was just 55 gigabytes of
Enemy spotted.
compressed audio files. In the modern age, sound is unbound by memory limits. As long as you only have 2 other games installed on your PS5, it's no longer a technical dance.
Check it for
Instead, a
supply.
question of how far will a developer go to make their game sound great? Okay, now this is where I'm gonna need your help. Are you ready to make some sounds?
I need optics for an assault rifle.
As video games become more atmospheric, they've also become quieter, more noisy.
I have some materials.
Evac tower deploying. A grapple to nowhere.
Soundscapes
And
have come a long way
everywhere.
in this generation. You probably wouldn't even
The flame
notice
draws me
until you
this
look
way.
back in time. Bioshock. In its time, this was revered as one of the most immersive experiences in the game. When you think Bioshock, you think desert, isolation, and play the game to me. I do not remember Bioshock games. Sound design gets compressed, audio turns into chaotic sounds.
Lifting the
Ironically, it's often those slow, more quiet moments where the game is most focused on the sound design.
contact with rival. Broke a rival shield.
Okay, it's back.
Setting up. We should go that
Can
way.
you imagine playing this game? Just
Opponent here. Unveil.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Need to compose myself.
can you imagine Bioshock Bandicoot without the
Enemy here.
half of the fun of video games are the little sounds you make when you do stuff.
I'm taking fire, friends.
When you throw Cappy on someone's head, I love it. It's funny.
Giving my shields a
You
recharge.
know what I'm saying? Michael Winslow, what's your favorite console? GameCube. Okay, think about
right here.
Super Smash
Enemy
Bros.
close.
The enemies are shooting at me.
The person being
The ring
hit
is
by
far.
that sound effect is no longer in existence. But what if you hit them and it said, "Wait, sound has a distinct transportability. Sound can beam you into space.
Watch out for the new kill leader, friend.
Sound can
The ring is
submerge you underwater."
recharging shields.
In modern gaming, the player encounters so many at such a constant rate that you probably don't even process a fraction.
The last video game I did was like 3 altogether with the tracks and everything else. It could have been about 3,069 and change numbers of tracks.
3,069 tracks.
You know, it's not just people fighting, right? Ground, horses. Then I gotta do the horses' hoofs. I'm gonna put all that in there.
Real quick, I'm gonna show Michael Winslow a clip from Donkey Kong Country, and then I'm going to break down every layer of sound that is happening.
Enemy spotted.
Okay.
Music. Now I know you're gonna like this. Pretty good, Nick.
Hey, Knack is back, baby.
No, Michael. This is a serious part of it.
No, I got.
No.
I got an idea. I got a Knack.
Don't do the next one. We discussed this.
His name is Knack.
No. So in the game, Nick, you are like a cluster of atoms, and you have to.
Okay. That's right, baby. I got my own soundtrack.
I went into 2016 with the highest hopes and expectations and came out the other side looking like this. Optimism has always been exploited in the games industry.
I'm trying to make Fable 2 the greatest role-playing game of all time. Again, what we're going to be doing is focusing on a few features and polishing those to the highest possible level we can. And the first feature I spoke about was how come the screen's gone black.
But now we're really starting to see that seep into the indie game scene too, and I think a lot of gamers are right to be so weird and distrustful at this point. The most disappointing title for me was Hitman. It started out right, you had all this stupid shit you could do.
You understand? Respawn beacon over there. The next ring is not close. Good to know.
There's all this ridiculous voice acting.
Sir. what happened? Who did this? Wouldn't be you, would it?
Was me. But as they rolled out the missions, it became very clear how little freedom you actually had in tackling them. In contrast to last year's Metal Gear, where you could do anything you could think of, very prohibited and empty. And I think David said it best. They were looking back.
Replicator incoming, friends.
I'm actually surprised at how much good stuff I played this year. There was The Witness, which made me very Ultimate Chicken Force. Now this is a game anybody can play.
How do I press A? How do you press A? No,
The rules are simple.
You
Get
knock
to the
it
flag.
kill it.
If you can do it, your friends can't. You.
And I can't make respawn. Good level, guys.
Everyone takes turns adding new pieces to the level. You must
Okay,
work
let's
together
go.
to make the level possible,
Hold, yeah.
but also against each other to make
So
it.
weapon skill
Actually possible.
Oh!
No, it's not
Okay.
possible.
Nemesis.
I made
Okay,
sure.
that's not bad. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. What do you get now?
That was a pretty fun game. Color Splash finally recaptured some of that original Paper Mario magic, but a lot of stuff could have been streamlined or just entirely removed because it was trash. Yacht Club came in and showed these fucking shit shows how to run a Kickstarter with Plague Knight. That's a free update for Shovel Knight that completely remixes the game. It's incredible. Stardew Valley. That was Leah's favorite game last year. I'm still waiting on the co-op for this. Thumper. This is some evil Satan shit. It's been described as a psychedelic horror rhythm game, and there's pretty much nothing else like it. Smashy Dick? Oh, Smashy Brick. Now this is the one where you can play as video game donkey. How do you beat that? They brought me in to do the mocap. Good thing I have my spin. And it even has all my signature moves from real life. Pokemon Go actually got me out of the house exercising. Here I am before the game came out. And look at me now. Bam! Still don't have a Pikachu. Alright, now we got the piece of shit game out of the way. Let's get to the real stuff. Number 10. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, baby. That's how you know I'm not fucking around on this list. Every level in this game is super replayable and gratifying. You got Michael Jackson's crew doing the music. You got Peter Pizzarelli working the fucking graphics. Look at this shit. I didn't even know this was that many goddamn colors in fucking rainbows.
You know, if you don't die in this thing.
I think what makes Sonic 3 so exciting
How's that for a
fresh
bit of
to play
encouragement?
is that it is deliberately different. It's so obtuse, so unconventional, that you haven't seen much like it since then. The enemies are in these weird fucking spots. The levels are these big, confusing, sprawling mazes with multi-million paths. You can't really fly to the end of the level in 10 seconds like in Mario, which makes those moments where you are just fucking gunning it that much more meaningful. A game like this comes along once in a lifetime. It's the most graphics video game. It's the most fastest video game. And if you say it's one of the best games ever, then you the worst guy. Oh, ooh.
1 second, charger on it.
Absolutely. Now this is a game that should be played sitting back on the couch, drinking a beer. It's a very relaxing experience with a lot of emphasis.
Ways out.
If you enjoy games with my work or journal, definitely check this one out. I'm looking at super motherfucking shittiest spawns ever made.
Big people still fight? What the fuck? Are you the second has spawned?
Station.
You had heartbeats. You had a Kimbo shotgun that snaked across the entire map. But the reason this game is on my list is strictly for the single player game. This guy shoots up a Russian air, but he also shoots his own guy, who's actually an undercover CIA agent. So Russia finds out that he's American and invades the United States with helicopters. Okay, so you have to rescue Captain Price. He invades prison so that he can shoot his way into a submarine and launch a nuclear warhead into outer space, which is, if he blows it up in outer space, it has all the Russian helicopters out of the air. It's all based on. First off, this is the only Call of Duty game in color. You look at the other games, they're just this desaturated mess of green and brown and gray. Then you got Modern Warfare 2 over here. Enemies actually pop out of the environments instead of shooting at little gray dots in the distance. You up in the terrorist grill and shooting its dick. Also had a brilliant idea to infinitely spawn enemies at every level, whereas Modern Warfare 2 there's always a finite amount of enemies in each zone. And the missions, it's
Wings out. We should probably defend this zone.
Right out the gate, you got Cliffhanger sneaking into the secret base, taking out the moves and silencers. Hans Zimmer comes in the
brother, greedy.
How you do a modern 3D platform. It's such a well-rounded game with a great sense of exploration and spectacle. What really stuck out to me were the weapons. You got Mr. Zircon.
Mr. Zircon is here.
Wings up. You got the Pixelizer. You got the Sheepinator. You got the Hydro Displacer.
Wings out. Cross 3, sending it home.
All the enemies just even the fish, even the sheep, even a tank. Top names. It's a over fighter. You don't farm right.
Go for burn.
Push dumbass. You just get straight down. And this guy has a prison.
A safety information card is now located in your seat pocket. Just avoid bullets. You'll be fine.
You're ready.
It's a very accessible game, but there's also this huge amount of depth and nuance to playing the character.
Defend this
look at
zone.
There are two ways to
We should
launch a
attack this
console.
zone.
Like this, or like this. Launched like this. Halo
Fox
combat
3,
evolved.
sending the payload.
Good.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country is my favorite Super Nintendo game. You play as a guy called Monkey, whose grandpa gets kidnapped by a pirate. In order to save him, you have to jump out of the It's all based on a true story. Eventually, you encounter Donkey Kong's uncle, who's addicted to crack. Of course, the sounds so different from any other game. It's very quiet and understated, but still supremely.
Gotta defend this zone.
Attention.
Giving my shield a recharge.
When it comes to good video, Donkey Kong Country is not.
No, please! No, no, no.
Then, a big black dude kidnaps.
Recharging shield.
This game blows me normal. Absolutely.
Alert 5, ready to scorch for burn. Burn is good.
Bouncing off the enemies with projectiles.
As a reminder, this is a non-smoking flight. Then I push smoke bombs.
God damn, I just played this game to absolute fucking death last year.
Yellow on head is the complete opposite way. There you go.
I don't know who won't be doing this. My only gripe with the game is that some characters aren't as exciting. You got Tracer zooming around the fucking map like a goddamn madman. Genji over here slicing through shit to fucking bullets. And then you have D, who is just the most boring piece of shit ever made.
This probably won't work. But maybe. Oh my god.
I hope the team continues to expand and rebound because it's one of the most exciting things in games.
Winds up.
6 years. What it was, I created something telling stories without a single thing. It leaves a lot to watch, but it's bound together by images of strike.
Alert 5, Valkyrie actual. Ready for burn. How copy? Burn is a go. This aircraft has several emergency exits, accompanied by choppy waters, molten lava, or internal bleeding.
Can I talk about the ending real quick? Just hit the skip button.
Recharging shield.
Holy fucking shit! This whole game I've been running around like a little puss, and now I've got to get this! Look guys, it's Microsoft, creator of the Kinect. Gotcha. This game's personal level and delivers a shot and self-worth.
Alia, what
It's a
is
game that
this?
reflects the beauty of real life and that every single person is special and unique, even though we try to relate and sympathize with each other. The fact is, actually on the inside, which is why
Attack this zone. Alert 5, Valkyrie on station. We are go for burn.
Two baby! Just kidding, guys. Fuck you, guys. Super Mario Brothers 2 wins it again, baby! Once again, they're striking once again. That's gonna be 3. That's gonna be the 2017 was Nintendo. Certainly something on PlayStation. Carving out its reputation as being counted for narratively driven games. I got a huge amount of mileage out of Odyssey, Luigi, and Luigi. I'm also the only person that plays Overwatch. Toby Fox, demo proved again that
Wings up.
Minecraft 4 proved that a multiplayer game doesn't have to be good to be fun. Fortnite proved that a game doesn't have to be fun to be a massive hit. And Bethesda discovered that people don't play Western RPGs for the sloppy content. It's a deceptive game. You have this bouncy place where you have this puzzle and talking about everything starts to kill you. Throwing you into a tiny game with a million masks giving you 1 second to figure out what you have to do. With enough practice, though, you'll find yourself hiding around corners like ghosts while building up your store multiplier and transform
Let's go, let's go. I guess now I play Rainbow Six if the patching isn't done.
and can do this. This is the first one.
Or the patching is done.
Jackbox games are pretty unique in that the gameplay revolves almost entirely around trying to make your friends laugh. Sometimes that means creating a new slogan for Olive Garden, sometimes it means designing a t-shirt, and other times it means writing a rap song.
Please vote for me. I don't want to lose against Jean.
One of the coolest parts about these is that only one person needs a copy of the game installed, and then everyone else can join through a browser on their computer or a phone. It's a very social experience that is less about the game itself and more about the people you play it with. In Downwell, you go down a well. For nearly its entire duration, your guy is falling, and you have to keep him airborne by chaining together these huge Tony Hawk Goomba stomping combos, bouncing from one enemy's head to the next. You can also propel yourself by firing your gun boots, which will reload every time you jump on a guy. It's a simple and effective concept where every design choice feeds into the next. Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, God of War. These games are all about juggling enemies and dispatching them with huge double-digit combos. But for my money, you can never beat the satisfying simplicity of that one-shot kill. You know, that bah! Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is all about that. It takes every element about the NES Castlevania games that worked, refines them, and introduces some new ideas, like being able to swap characters with the press of a button. Look at this bow and arrow guy. If you try to go after him with the whip lady, boom, you're dead. Amateur move. But then you swap to the old man, and you realize that the old man just does not give a fuck about this guy. You can fight this rock monster the old-fashioned way, you know, evade his attacks and then strike when you see an opening, or you can swap to the old man, who takes the rock monster and he says, no, you are an ice cube. Really, this whole game is about swapping to the old man and kicking everything's ass. Monster Hunter is a game where you will hit a guy for 40 minutes and then he'll smack you once and you'll die. It's got a lot of rough edges and irritating quirks, but at the end of the day, you're fighting dinosaurs with a sword. The game delivers in spades on its ridiculous premise. The first guy you fight, Great J-Gas, introduces himself by swallowing this thing whole. Toby Kenobi jumps from tree to tree before pouncing on you with his electricity feet. Rub-a-Dub Hedgehog rolls around the map covering...
Ayo! ടാബ് ക്ലോസ് ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്കിയതല്ല പുല്ല്. അതെന്താ നടക്കുന്നേ? വൈസ് മൈ യൂട്യൂബ്. ഓക്കെ, വാട്ട് ഇസ് ദിസ്? നോ ഔട്ട് ഫോളോ ഔട്ട് ഗെറ്റ്സ് വേഴ്സ് റേസ്. എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ലായിരുന്നു. History കാണിക്കോ? Where do I watch my okay, finally. Yeah.
On the map, covering himself with bones. Tornado Johnson just shoots fucking tornadoes at you. Then there's Beetlejuice. Then there's a T-Rex with built-in fire breath, just in case you thought you could win. Though you can't just repeatedly ram your head into them like a dumb fucking caveman until they die. Monster Hunter is more about rewarding methodical players who learn everything about a specific monster and then spend hours acquiring the proper gear and items to fight it. From what I understand, the ultimate goal is to build all of these armor sets for your cat. I mean, look at this stuff. You can have him be a ladybug. What is this? Buzz Lightyear? Ooh, now look at this. Ooh, see this is a good game. Luminous is a very dangerous kind of game where you will boot it up and an hour will just disappear. All you do is match the blocks up with ones of the same color, then the screen will wipe and clear away the matching groups, and occasionally you'll get special blocks that clear everything they're connected to. Anyone can pick this up and start having fun, but only truly dedicated players will be able to reach the doggy level, which is called Take a Dog on a Walk. It's addicting, it's hypnotic, it's the best puzzle game since Tetris. Sometimes when a game is too artistically brazen, it's impossible to tell if it's genius or stupid. Uncharted 4 is in fact a work of genius. Henry Avery's descent into madness is cleverly juxtaposed with Nathan Drake's own tale of an obsessive treasure hunt as the game moves you from one richly realized locale to the next. The shootouts are flashy, the platforming is exciting, the climbing, the puzzles are skillfully interlaced with the narrative. What I've really come around to though, again, is the story. On the surface, A Thief's End is just another Indiana Jones style blockbuster, but underneath, it's actually a love story, one of few that you can actually learn something from. Sam and Nate are relatably selfish and self-destructive and are ultimately only redeemed not by themselves, but by the people who love them. It's the first game I've played where the princess saves you and you're just kind of an asshole.
exemplary ആയിരുന്നില്ലേ?
Smash. And Smash is Smash. Do you really need me to explain to you why this is awesome?
Okay.
Just if you do.
When did I grief?
Just get out of here.
What?
Real quick,
the example
let's
I
do an
don't know.
experiment.
Wait, no, idenda. When did I grief? Friendly fire understandable. When did I grief? I never griefed once.
Now I just showed you 3 levels from Donkey Kong versus 1 from Mario, right? Wrong! You have fallen for my biggest trap yet. That was 3 Mario levels and only 1 from Tropical Freeze. Now don't you feel stupid, Gerald? The reason why my trap was so effective is because these stages are so uniform. Same music, same tiles, same background, but in Tropical Freeze, nearly every level tells a little story. It's like comparing Disneyland to Six Flags. You look at New Mario Bros. And the enemies and platforms don't really make any sense beyond the context of it's a platforming video game. But here in Tropical Freeze, it feels like Donkey Kong actually lives inside of the cartridge. In this level where you're ascending up these owl-shaped mountains, the platforms are actually hot air balloons. Here, it's a turtle swimming in a pool. Here, it's a section of an airplane that's precariously suspended in a tree. It's this attention to detail that ignites your curiosity to see what's next. Of course, the presentation is only the tip of the iceberg. Understand that level of comedy.
It's going to be cool.
Enter the Gungeon is the biggest celebration of video games inside of a video game since Smash Bros. And a title that I poured too much time into. It's a shooting game happening on such an intense level that it makes Doom look tame, with a seemingly endless supply of creative weapons and enemies. If you're really willing to dig deep and conquer this soul-crushingly hard game, somehow in the end, Gungeon is worth it. Zero Ranger is easily the most criminally overlooked game in the series. Like the best shooting ups, it's a ballet of robots and lasers, where the music is just as important as the choreography of the attacking spaceships. Giant mechs spew hundreds of bullets at them while you gracefully swerve location and return fire. Enemies and obstacles soar you from every side of the screen, rarely ever allowing for one-dimensional screen-hugging gameplay. You know what, Paulie? Just play the music. Into the Breach achieved something I thought was impossible, making turn-based combat exciting. Each scenario is about defeating waves of giant bugs, while at the same time protecting the civilian buildings which are caught in the crossfire. Every turn, the game will put you into a desperate checkmate scenario where your options seem limited, and it's on you to come up with a clever way to turn the tide and stay on the side. Unlike many tactical games, there is almost zero ambiguity about what the enemy is going to do and what they're capable of. Into the Breach communicates so effectively to the player who is attacking what and when and what the consequences are. More than enough information to make strategic decisions consistently. You can trick bugs into attacking each other, knock them into a landmine, bust open a dam and wash them away. There's so many ways, and they always feel earned. Creating a 2D platformer is a nearly suicidal endeavor. You're coming up against some of the greatest games of all time and saying, hey guys, look at me, this is worth playing. It's crazy is that Celeste actually is. Exciting mechanics, a beautiful soundtrack, and so much inspired platforming, it doesn't even know where to put it all. It's very much in the vein of these games where the side effect is indistinguishable in quality from the main game. God of War is a rare example of a AAA studio putting out a game with actual AAA quality. It tells an absorbing story without skimping out on gameplay. It's fun without robbing the narrative or attention. It's the result of more than 270 developers and yet comes across as a distinctly personal product where the passion of everyone involved shines through. Super Mario Bros. 2.
Oh fuck! കുറച്ചും കൂടെ അങ്ങോട്ടേക്ക് എറിയണായിരുന്നു പുല്ല്. What is that? Was that an attempt at volumetric fog? I don't know. the video content. My mind is blown. How do you?
Experiencing right now is the calm before the storm. Next year.
Seconds remaining.
Say that 2021.
We must recover the diffuser. Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Kessin, right? Monster Energy Drink, Motorcycle 3.
Monster Energy Supercross 3, the official video game.
It's always nice to see a new Strand game. Lonely Mountains Downhill is the game Death Stranding should have been. Dreams was a technological breakthrough, finally allowing gamers to make our own games like Fall Guys, I'm pretty sure was made in there. And Shenmue 3. Ubisoft tried to make Breath of the Wild like straight up just exactly Breath of the Wild. And what's funny about this game is even though they ripped off as many ideas as they possibly could, it still sucks ass because it's made by Ubisoft. Gran Turismo Sport, ooh, the driving in this game is so classy. It feels like your name is Delfonzio. Paper Mario was funny. Crash Bandicoot 4 was very faithful to the PS1 games. Tony Hawk's game was very faithful to the PS1 games.
We need to locate a bomb.
Neo 2. Fuck this shit. 2020 really was the year of waiting too long for a game and then the wait not paying off. Half-Life,
Your drone has found a bomb.
Final Fantasy Remake. These are games that I thought would never come out, and now that they did, I kinda wish they did. Heroes of the Storm. But for real this time, this game is great because it lets you play a game like League of Legends without having to actually play League of Legends. Everything about Heroes is faster and to the point. Nobody wants to be locked in a match with randoms for 50 plus minutes. That is a fucking nightmare.
5 seconds
12
before
to 20
insertion.
minutes is that perfect slice and then you're out. This is no longer a casualized
You found a
shell of
bomb.
better
Make
games.
your way to
You
its
have
location
so
and
much
defuse it.
wacky stuff to this game at this point that League is now the smaller game. You have 15 different maps. You have a character called Cho'Gall that is controlled by 2 players at once. Look at how Cho'Gall uses his the horse goes on him. Carrying the horse makes him move faster. I'm telling you, this game is not a masterpiece. You have the Lost Vikings, which is 3 characters controlled by 1 player. You have a guy called Abathur, who sits in the entire match. You have a random character that does nothing. He's just a troll character you pick to piss off both teams. It's so genius. It's a complex MOBA. It's not the most competitive MOBA. It's just fun. Honestly, this is what is a sadder game than Last of Us Part 2. The music is majestic. The artwork is dazzling. The main character is so nimble and exciting. I have played on this. Reload! If I switch it on, I'll get sucked right back in. This is the year where I found out the best mode of every racing game. Tracks for you to master and Baby Park. It's quantity and quality. Racing games have always been synonymous with fancy graphics, and Mario Kart 8 jumps over the bar, takes the bar, and fucking leads with it. Loading magazine! These are some of the most
Diffuser is active, protected at all costs.
ever, and they're full of shortcuts and branching paths. We're talking Shy Guy Falls, Swamp Ruin, Wild Woods is where I found out that toads have an Ewok feature.
Top 4
And
last
then the
operator
soundtrack-
standing.
The soundtrack fucks you up when you pop out of the water on Dolphin Shoals and this crazy motherfucker starts going berserk on the saxophone. Mario Kart 8 is drift-heavy arcade racing polished to an amazing. I know that Mario Kart 8
Op 4
I
neutralized.
will kill
Successful.
Bowser in front of everyone, and I don't give a damn. Bowser is going to Animal Crush. Now the way
That's
this
a
game
weird
works is that
interaction.
I played this for 100 hours and went, oh, that was a good game. Whereas Leah played this for 500 hours and went, yeah, this one was pretty weak actually. I think we both expected more substantial updates to roll out over the year. It's sad to see how much content is pumped into the microtransaction fueled mobile game versus New Horizons. But when it first came out, we had so much fun playing this. Me and Leah would huddle up on the couch and play this all day, catching all the fish and the bugs for the museum, collecting all the different items to customize our house and towns. I remember I kept getting a rare item, and Leah would go, "What? How'd you get that?" And then I had to go to her town, which took like 3 hours, and make her the rare item, and then she would give me like 20 items.
We need to locate a bomb.
It was such a happy, relaxing time. Everybody was playing this game and having so much fun. But then everything changed. Coach is dead. Road is dead. Tom Nook is arrested and dead. I go to the beach and I look for the stupid art dealer. He's never there. Going to the store and it's all items I already have. It seems like Animal Crossing is over for now, but it was fun while it lasted. Every time a new bullshit hard game comes out, you see the argument of, should these difficult games have an easy mode? Hades has a pretty interesting solution. When you start off, it is ridiculously hard. You stand pretty much no chance of winning, so it's on the player to gradually unlock the easy mode. The further you get into the game, the more currency you get to upgrade your dude. So you get that perspective and appreciation for overcoming tough fights without having to literally perfect them. There's also tons of wacky power-up combos for you to cook up and try to break the game. I guess you could say that Hades is one hell of a game. Last of Us 2 is a game where you don't have to choose between great gameplay or a great story. People are still looking at me like I'm crazy for liking this game, but give it a couple years and they'll be looking at you weird for not liking this game. Talking about shooting games, what you have to remember is that every video game has loading mag! What's special about Doom Eternal is that it's the first FPS in years where developers actually try. It's just make the enemies move, make the player move more, make the player think more. It's everything that worked about Doom 2016 cranked up to an even higher intensity, but this time with a grappling hook. I guess you could say it's one hell of a game. In a normal fighting game, you have about this many moves. In Tekken 7, you have this many moves.
അതാണ് അവരുടെ ക്യാമറയിൽ മറ്റേ മൊബൈലിൽ കാണിക്കുന്നത്. അവരുടെ ഓർഗനൈസേഷന്റെ പേര്. I see.
I had so much fun.
That makes sense. Other than that nitpick trivia part, like having something like that was like pretty kind of fun.
And then I'm just sitting here. Just we have been eliminated. I can say this. I can come down here and get this. Go flip. Go for the disrespectful kick. I can just lay down and say, yeah. So many options. So much room to get creative.
No way.
I have nothing bad to say about Tekken 7, except that the single player really sucks. Please bring back the old school arcade mode. I have beaten Red Dead Redemption 2 3 times now, and what I've learned about this game is that this is a very, very, very long game. The end credits are 35 minutes long, okay? As a shooter, it's pretty repetitive. It has the world record for most trailing missions in a game. Warma sucks ass, but if you can look past
secure
all
the area,
mistakes,
keep the bombs protected.
This is one of the best stories ever told. The slower you move through the game, the characters here are just so good. Not just the crack jokes, inspirations. My first time playing this game, I was just lost. This movie is so
Op 4 has located a bomb. Plan your defenses accordingly.
Back change!
Consuming an entire television series, but once you've beaten it and you understand how it's structured and how then you really scrutinize and start to absorb all the little details that everything. Arthur Morgan is
down to 10 seconds.
Fault, right? I don't think anybody would argue against me.
Down to 5 seconds.
Where they're about to execute Sean and he goes,
Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to engage.
This man might have just let him kill Sean right there if it wasn't for Charles. You'll see this a lot in the game, how characters will change each other for the better and the worse. You'll also see how they say one and do another. This entire game is fucking shit so much behind these guys.
Whoa, there's
Reinforce! Shit crazy scheme. Who's the only person that's gonna make it happen? Arthur Morgan. The gang is already on that downward spiral before chapter 1 even begins. Dutch fights and schemes, but the cards are so hopelessly stacked against him. Arthur embodies Dutch's pride, but as he fades away, their bond becomes meaningless. Years later, you confront him up in those snowy mountains, the man with the silver tongue who can talk his way out of any situation, and finally, he's got nothing left to say. What a special video game this is. E3, C3, B3, 4, 5, 6, more. No games this year. Hello. There. By talking about 9/11, COVID, and I do not like this game, but damn, does this game have the best trailers of
shit.
Oh, one more thing.
a lot of indie game premieres. There's 1, 2 claymation games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Pokemon Snap type games. One of them is called Paparazzi. 15 farming games, 4 Left 4 Dead type games, not counting Overwatch 2, which showed us a 3D model of One Piece. Blizzard, please don't tell me this is the only thing you made so far. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 video games where you make soup. Ladies and gentlemen,
4 last stop standing.
Games. This is what video games is like now. Guardians of the Galaxy, you fight a fucking Jello cube. Oh, you don't think Jello is a good enemy? Well, that's why they put in a red Jello to fight also.
All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
Is one of the best movies ever made. Alfred Hitchcock's video game is one of the most confusing announcements ever made. My only guess here is that they saw Persona 5 and were like, Persona? Next they're gonna make a fucking Clerks video game. Battlefield 2077 had one of the coolest trailers of E3. Everybody is seeing the grapple hook, and they're seeing a dude drive an ATV off of a roof into a helicopter. People are getting hyped for this. They're getting excited, and I really do feel bad. I feel bad about having to ruin it for everybody, but I'm sorry, everybody.
Saber and Prime Matter are working together on a new Painkiller franchise.
Alright, very cool on that.
They're doing a Fall Guys 2. They're doing a Far Cry 6. This game
Secure
is
the bomb.
extremely unpolitical. As a gamer, I
Changing bags!
The kind of real life issues that tell a story. That's what's so cool about Ubisoft.
Whoa, stop! And also Hitler.
Gex of the Wild, Breath of the Wild, Elden Ring, Starfield.
Op 4 located bomb. Protected.
But we didn't really learn much about Elden Ring. You can assign enemies to fight.
Reloading! Cover me!
Freedom and variety of combat.
Down to
Just
10
something
seconds.
I associate from software. Games are so difficult.
5 seconds and counting.
Really discourages you from experimenting. But I do think these guys get better with every game.
Bomb located by Op 4.
Step out of the shadow of Dark Souls and create something new and fresh. Starfield is a
Loading new bag!
And Zelda is coming out next year. The trailer they showed was like a glitch. Need to sell you one. It seems like
can I have a rotate over here?
Aerial traversal and also time Mario and Rabbids.
They're going upstairs, not main.
Mario and Rabbids really flipped and ended up being the best game Ubisoft has put out since Rayman Legends.
Main stairs.
Beautiful soundtrack, Grant Kirkhope, fancy cutscenes. The combat was strategic and satisfying.
Last in the first try, how?
Rabbit Donkey Kong. However, I feel like all of these tactical games got the volume turned down on them when Into the Breach came out. This game just perfected the style of gameplay by eliminating all of the wheel spin that genre was playing. Just like Zelda and open world games, I think it's gonna take a while for everyone else to catch up.
Jeff Goldblum.
Thank you so much, Joffrey.
Oh, character bandit came.
I think it's G. World premiere.
Are you a fan of dinosaurs?
I won't get angry if you aren't.
Please divide.
Nope.
What?
Somerville. Okay, this is the story behind Somerville. Playdead. The guys who made Inside. Pissed off at each other. So one of them bought the other guy out of the company, and now they're making 2 separate games. Best case scenario, we get 2 incredible games. Playdead still hasn't showed their game in action, but Somerville's looking good. Very polished looking, and I just love this type of visual and atmospheric story. E3 actually brought me in this year. They were interviewing a bunch of YouTubers about their favorite indie games. They even had the guy from the test.
Op 4, last stop standing.
Oxygen not included.
Firewatch. Everhood is definitely my favorite.
One friendly remaining.
അത് കുറച്ച് greedy ആയി പോയി.
Oxenfree.
Dead Cells.
Cuphead.
Inside.
Where?
Finch. Hollow Knight. Celeste.
Journey.
Little Nightmares.
You already know this. Among Us. Bike Race 2 Million looks like a hilarious clusterfuck. Co-op WarioWare is coming out this year. They've announced a sequel to a Suikoden game that hasn't even come out yet. I can't make this shit up. These ideas are beyond my level.
We have this decorative ball. Voila! Congratulations, Dragon Quest 35th anniversary. That was a wonderful decorative ball with a great banner.
Dragon Quest 3 looks pretty cool. Dragon Quest 12 is fucking evil, and apparently it's not turn-based either. Psychonauts 2 is finally
10
coming
seconds
out
left.
in August. Halo Infinite. Oh boy. Well,
The bomb diffuser has been successfully destroyed. Diffuser located. Disable it.
And then that person. But Xbox made a powerful.
Bomb diffuser has been disabled. Mission successful.
Will be free. That is awesome, and I feel like EA really needs to follow suit with Battlefield. It also says Xbox thinks will pay full price for the single player of Halo Infinite, which a lot of people probably won't. A couple weeks before E3, there was rumors that Nintendo was working on a new Donkey Kong game, and I think that somebody got confused. Nintendo skipped 4 and went straight to Metroid 5. This was the big reveal of E3 to me. Samus Returns had a lot of cool ideas, and here is the perfect opportunity to perfect them. I definitely prefer the 2D Metroid games, and I hope this can give Silk Song and Prime 4 a run for their money. Then Tekken showed up and threw Ganondorf into a volcano, so he's dead. Well, he was already dead. He's throwing him in the pit, dude. That's just arms. You can throw them in there. Ain't nobody care about that. No! That couldn't be, no! Don't kill. Oh, no!
Protect the bomb.
Protect the bomb.
Where is the master? 16 a while. Because they showed the trailer for Final Fantasy, but I didn't feel secondhand
Op 4 located a bomb. Protect it.
Wall secured!
That's my mission. Looks like chaos has been waiting for us. I only know one thing.
10 seconds.
I want to kill chaos.
You sure chaos is here?
5
This
seconds
is
to
the shrine
insertion.
of chaos.
Bomb located by Op 4.
And who are you? We're here to kill chaos. Chaos. Chaos.
We have some time.
Looks pretty epic, right? Bulletproof coming.
Ready for company. Reload! Cover deployed. Cover me! Reloading!
Video game industry? No. Video games, you just pissed me off. This year's E3 was a goddamn joke, and everyone involved sucked. This was the most embarrassing bullshit I have ever witnessed.
Let's check out.
Let's not. The Rock is worth $320 million. Why is he on here advertising an energy drink before they run a commercial for his movie during a video game expo?
Check this out. An iPhone.
Whoa! Why did they push
Loading new Meg.
There were like games at GameCube that were like this.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of, what does it remind me of? It reminds me of those like old school
GameCube games.
You don't play no games. Go talk about Johnny Depp's trial or some shit. The only Twitch streamer that played games is Pete Dory. He wasn't
I've been playing platformers pretty much every day for the past 2 years. I love Jump King. I love other platformers. Jump King is really good. And I always...
For Last of Us multiplayer, they showed one kind of footage. This was one of the highlights of the show. They're remaking Resident Evil 4. Doesn't really need a remake. They're remaking Last of Us 1. Definitely doesn't need a remake.
I'm Yoshihiro Anko, director of Resident Evil 4. And I'm Yoshihiro.
Changing megs!
This title is a based on the original 2005 release, Resident Evil 4. Let's take a closer look.
Op 4, last operator standing. Op 4.
Oh, baby! What? What?
Forward to future announcements.
That's it? The other game is Knights of the Old Republic. Now this game
Okay, now I'm pissed.
older than you remember. People who played this back on the original Xbox still consider it one of the best Star Wars games, and it's mostly because it has HK-47, who is a funnier character than they've ever had before in Star Wars. There's also Star Wars Eclipse from the guys who made Heavy Rain.
Your vast experience hasn't prevented 8 victims from being murdered. Fucking asshole!
This studio is great at making unintentional comedies, and I do not understand how they got the Star Wars license. It's kind of like if they let Tetsuya Nomura make a Disney game. Oh no. Oh.
I'll hold the wall. Someone has to cover the hatches. I'll go hatches, baby. Mwah.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected. Be advised, the bomb location has been compromised.
For its dedication to storytelling in video games. Today, Square Enix is famous for its dedication to the worst storytelling in video games. Chaos Man was so done with his fun. Octopath was soulless. 15 movie to get the story. Dragon Quest. Well, I like Final Fantasy remake took a story that actually worked and butchered it. Square Enix is so creative that they named the studio Business Unit 3, and yet even by the abysmally low standards of Square Enix,
5 seconds and counting.
3 stands alone as one of the most incompetently written video games.
Op 4 is located a bomb. Be ready for hostile action.
For the funniness of it. Which one is the one with Sephiroth?
Hi everyone. In 2019, Modern Warfare changed everything.
Name one thing Modern Warfare changed.
You know, and Gaz, first.
We're on Steam, as you know. I mean,
Call of Duty games are still good for 2 weeks of trashy multiplayer fun, but the campaigns are so fucking pathetic. So outdated. It just, I don't know why they showed this. It looks like shit.
I am so excited
for Street Fighter 6 because everyone made fun of the old one. This game has the Street Fighter 5, which launched without an arcade mode. The netcode is still shitty. The AI is too easy on normal mode. The bosses are too hard on hard mode. There's a lot of visual bugs, long load times. They put ads before the matches, and they played it very safe with the gameplay. Street Fighter 6 looks like a dramatic shift. But as much as I love Street Fighter, that last game was such a that it's hard to get excited. Capcom really has to redeem themselves for this one.
What is a Stormgate, though?
How the fuck would I know?
So we actually copied Ori and the Blind Forest because that game sold really well.
That's good because you just do something that somebody else does.
Yeah,
they did a really good job with their creativity and taking a jump off the creative ledge.
Jump into the next game. It's from Neo Interactive, and it's called Samurai Zero.
You mean Katana Zero?
Select
this. It actually is called that. They showed billion indie games. There was a show already.
One op 4 remaining.
Leah called it the Loathsome. Last year there was 9 soup-type games. This year there are 200 frog-type games.
Successful.
Fancy frog, skate frog, frog gun. Try its hardest to take attention away from the game. Place it on and Animal Whale. Every game at E3 is trying to be cute and loud. These games look like they actually might be fun. Everyone thought Rockstar would show their next game. They
Yeah, I'm playing League of Legends, guys.
It's been 7 years since Arkham Knight, and these guys are finally back with Left 4 Dead Shark, where you have to kill Superman. The thing
Team
with Call of
commendation.
is that the game is no longer a $60 buy-in. It's a $240 buy-in. Last year, It Takes Two had this great setup where only one person had to actually own the game.
Zero.
And the game was incredible. If Xbox is smart, they'll put this thing on Game Pass. That is a perfect match.
Anything else you want to add?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alan Wake 2? No way this is real. There are only 2 human beings that have ever played the game Alan Wake. Me and my friend Woe. If anybody else says they played Alan Wake, they are lying to you. Making Alan Wake 2 is like if for some reason they decided to make a Knack 2. The big Sony news is that they are slowly bringing all of their major titles to the PC. Uncharted, God of War, Death Stranding, Horizon, and now Spider-Man and The Last of Us. I'm very happy for PC-only gamers that can finally get at some of these incredible games. And also Days Gone.
One
Persona
more game.
series is coming to
One
Xbox,
more
but
game.
not Nintendo.
One more
But
game.
don't worry,
Okay.
Nintendo fans. You guys get Xenoblade 3. You poor bastards.
Monkey to Luffy.
He's called Banjo-Kazooie, you idiot. God of War looks amazing. It's still slated to come out this year. Probably won't, but when it does, there ain't no way it's gonna be able to match up against this next game. Sonic Frontier. The second I heard open world Sonic, I envisioned one of the greatest comedy masterpieces of all time. Looking at the gameplay, I am very disappointed that Sonic is not constantly clipping through the terrain.
I don't know when I grieved,
did not
but
think
it's in
they would be
beta.
able
But
to
still,
do
I
that.
never
A
grieve.
couple months ago, Yuji Naka, the director of Balan Wonderworld, spoke out saying he was removed as the game's director halfway through development, and then Square Enix shoved the game out the door unfinished. So far, I'm not seeing any farmers or dancing sequences in Sonic, which is a shame, but the developers have clarified that this is not actually an open world game. No. Sonic Frontiers is an open zone game. It's very Strand-like in that sense.
Now, I'm excited to announce a special partnership between Xbox
hiring
Game
illa
Studios and one of the greatest creative
Play
minds
style,
and innovators in
utility
our
clearer.
industry.
これから Xbox ゲーム
Support.
Thank you, Kojima-san. We're thrilled to have Kojima Productions.
Meanwhile, at Jeff Keighley's
Ah,
house,
I
they
see.
held the Dead Space event, where every
Oh,
game
ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ
shown was
ഉണ്ടോ?
the
What
game
the shit?
Dead
Entry
Space.
fragger
Here's
അല്ല,
a new Dead
Intel
Space.
Pro.
That's the Callisto Protocol, my bad. Now this is the actual Dead Space, right? Yeah, see? But then this came on, and I was like, is this really another Dead Space?
That's something brand new.
We want this to feel like Dead Space.
And my favorite, the most anticipated
Yeah,
open
Android
world
in there.
RPG of the last 20 years.
Zelda. Oh, Starfield was the big reveal of this year's E3. Turns out it's actually No Man's Sky, but with shooting. But the shooting is really sluggish.
അത് പറഞ്ഞപ്പോഴോ ഞാൻ ഒന്നും കൂടെ നോമാൻസ് സ്കൈ ഒന്ന് ട്രൈ ചെയ്യാൻ
The
പോകുന്നു.
concept behind this game is exciting. It's something that really taps into your imagination. Flying out into space and exploring the universe, learning about different societies and ecosystems. However, Bethesda was already struggling to keep up with modern standards 7 years ago when Fallout 4 came out. And now with games like Elden Ring, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Red Dead 2, Sonic Frontiers, these huge games pushing the limits of scope and polish, I don't see how Bethesda could possibly meet this new, much higher standard with Microsoft spending the entire budget on Blizzard. I would love to be wrong, but the last super ambitious open world Western RPG was Cyberpunk 2077. Back to you.
Use your drone to locate
Next,
a bomb.
it's time for a new look at Honkai Star Rail, an upcoming open world space RPG. Yeah, a lot of space today.
Spooky.
Spooky.
What is spooky?
Your drone has found a
Is
bomb.
this kind of spooky? How about this? Jump scare.
10 seconds.
What if I built up tension, like I was going to do another
5 seconds.
jump scare?
എന്റെ
But
പൊട്ടിയോ?
then I didn't. But then I did. Aha! I have
Located
jump
a
scared
bomb.
you.
Make your
I
way
will
to
wait
its
here
location
so that
and
I can
defuse
do
it.
my ultimate spooking.
And then I'll just load some of these Halloween-themed bullets. All this and more on Jump Scare.
I don't know if you explicitly want to talk about your phobias, because I kind of don't.
I don't like moths.
Moths kind of suck.
Yeah, it's not that I'm afraid of moths. It's that I know what they're like. And what's going to happen is, if I try to live and let live with a moth in the room, you're going to bump into the light bulb for a while, and then you're going to find a way to get down the back of my shirt. I just don't want to have it, so I go out of my way to kill moths.
Being a personality online, last thing you want is to be like, oh, I'm terrified of beautiful women's breasts, and then you wake up next day with 500 DMs, and they're like, oh, look at this. Like, no! Which, by the way, is my phobia.
I don't find butterflies to be very beautiful either. They're just larvae with wings.
Yeah, but aren't we all?
I guess you could classify them as phobia.
Why are all ghosts from like the 1800s? How come you never just see some guy who died like 2 weeks ago wearing like a Gucci shirt or something?
Well, I've seen modern ghosts.
What, in real life?
In movies and stuff.
Okay.
Usually it's like just after the accident though, so Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
There's this scene with a bike crash, and it's like the moment that the mum starts to believe. And she goes, how do you know that? Like with tears in his eyes. She's standing beside my window. But then it's just this extra with no lines.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of standing there with like a bloodied up head. But then it goes, what's my cue? And it just sort of walks away and it's very like nonchalant. And it's so funny. It's funny, right? It's not just me. Like, it's this really well done dramatic moment. But then the bike leaves.
She just kind of feels a bit awkward. She's like, I'll come back later.
I do think that that is a potential market that has not been tapped. Airbnbs that are gimmick haunted. So some of the cabinets, the hinges are, installed a certain way so that they like naturally swing open more than they should. Stuff like that. Fuck, that would be awesome.
Little actuators that like open up doors late at night.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, oh, fuck. And then you've got like a story to go home with. Why the hell isn't that a thing? Okay, so you've booked in the Airbnb and you're on your way there.
Yeah.
It's like this one dirt road, and so they've hired a guy. Steve, you got to get out there.
There's this old British man with a flat cap.
You're playing the role of the harbinger. In case you don't know what a harbinger is, here's the scene from Cabin in the Woods.
I've seen plenty come and go. Getting back. That ship is out.
You're staying in the old cabin on the way, are you? Some say it's haunted. It was 8 score years ago. The old Brown family. They perished in a terrible fire. They say they haunt the grounds ever since.
You might be wondering why the house seems old if it caught on fire. Don't think about that too much.
Well, it's made of asbestos, you see. And that's the real scary thing. Is don't breathe too deeply now.
The silent killer. In fact, would you know that asbestos was actually...
Stop it. Stop talking about the asbestos. Got to get back onto the... Yeah, he's got a little earpiece in. They say that no Airbnb customers ever make it up live. Oh, I know what you go. The whole house is yours. Feel free to enjoy it. But there is one rule. Do not open the door to the basement.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And then that stays locked until like 11 p.m. and then it just unlocks itself.
If a door like that unlocked, I would slam it shut and put a chair up against it. You have to make a reason for them to go down there. So it would be something like...
Like a child's voice. There's a Bluetooth down there as well. Excuse me. Hello?
Oh, that's good. Would you even try and sleep if you like paid money to stay at somewhere creepy like that? I guess you would.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
You might end up with just a bunch of drunk people who go, fucking, yeah, look, there's probably a Bluetooth speaker in
There's
here.
like a fake child doll, like punch it and break it. There's a lot of setup that's involved to like suspend the disbelief. What I was thinking was the power cuts out or something along that.
Oh, that's good. Okay. I've got it. The power goes out, but they've given you a torch beforehand. But they're UV torches. And so when you turn them on, there's like bloodstains and shit all over the wall.
Hidden messages. Yeah.
If you sold it as an experience instead of as an actual accommodation, it would be brilliant. Because you get some businessman who's just like, I had the worst night's sleep. 0 stars. Have you seen the Saw movies?
I haven't, but I've watched all of your movie sucks.
But the question is, how would you design a saw trap?
First of all, you have to design a saw trap that I think it's meant to make them appreciate life.
Right, so you have to put me in the saw trap. What's my crime?
Internet historian, would you like to play a game?
Yeah, why not? That sounds fun. I like games.
Very relaxed about the whole situation.
Wow, what a wonderful nap. I was right in the middle of the day as well. So refreshed.
That was great, thank you.
So what happens next?
You wake up taped to a deck chair, and the little sawman comes out. For your crimes of not replying to my DMs one time.
Yeah.
Your pinky finger is trapped in a vice grip.
Oh no, that's my favourite of all my fingers.
The handles of the vice grip are electrocuted. The only way to remove it is to unplug the electricity, but the plug is at the bottom of a tube of smartphones which are all logged into your Twitter account with tweets already typed out containing the N-word.
Oh no, right, so you have to like not touch the... Oh my god. And at first I'm like, I'm not gonna go near that thing. That's too high a price to pay, man. But then I would put my pants over my hands, and now I'm digging through the phones and I'm not setting them off.
What are you doing?
I have passed the track. What are you doing?
Stop! Oh, you're not meant to do it like that!
Wouldn't that be great if you just not thought of like one really obvious thing? Right, you suddenly wake up in a lazy boy chair.
Oh, this is pretty good.
You are duct taped to the lazy boy chair.
Setting charge! This is still fine.
Suddenly, the television comes on. Hello, mini cuties.
Hello.
You've never appreciated having legs.
Dear God.
So, as punishment, you're gonna have to,
I don't want to be a critic, but I mean, usually when I'm kidnapped, people have it more planned out than this.
No, shut up. So, as you can tell, the cuffs have small hooks in them, and they are connected to these chains.
What the hell? Why we do
This
nothing? Not
It's going to turn
the useless
into
ability.
only sex scenes from popular movies. After 3 minutes, your pants will be all the way down, and you will still be stuck to this chair. And at that point, a little bell will go off, and your mom will be summoned into the room.
Ooh, what?
And she
How?
will catch you.
Dear God, no.
4 eliminated all friendly.
If you want to stop this from happening, you're gonna have to cut off your own legs.
With what?
Any comebacks?
I got you.
அடுத்த comeback story.
We'll just let the editor decide what the implement is.
Here's what Derek Sorman didn't foresee though.
Right.
I saw The Wolf of Wall Street with my ex-girlfriend's parents in the theater, so nothing will ever beat that.
You could have turned to your girlfriend and gone, "Oh, we've done that one."
And then I fucking look her dad in the eyes.
There's like a... You never appreciated your foreskin when you had it.
Have you seen that video of the pigeons getting sucked into the grain silo?
Oh yeah, it happens to people too.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the people aren't eating the grain though. That's kind of like the pigeon version of Saw. Their own hubris does them in because they're just...
Yes, that's great. Ah, you love corn, do you?
Well, here's an infinite supply of corn. Don't get sucked in. One of them goes in head first. He can see it coming and he's like, this is my fate.
Right, I am not afraid. My ancestors will look down upon me. Ad time. Email, Netflix, Facebook, Amazon, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Too many accounts, too many.
Well, now there is. It's me, Nordpass Woman.
Oh, but
shut up, ugly. It's time to use Nordpass. Store all of your accounts and passwords in one delicious place using just one master password.
Wow, that sounds great.
Shut up.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that those hackers managed to guess password 123.
Oops, your turret's broken. Now let's fix those passwords. Improve your security with big sophisticated passwords, all randomly generalized. Let me install it now on your phone.
No, thank you.
Oh, really? Can you believe what a total bee she is?
Help, I am afraid of technology. Something, password.
Shut up, you handsome man. Did someone say a better way? No need to enter login info ever again. Use NordPass across all devices. Throw away this post-it note. And give me your phone number. We should go out sometime. With NordPass. I'm not really sure how this ad should end. Recharge hot!
Shut up and go to nordpass.com/incognito to get 70% off 2-year plan plus additional free month plus 30-day money-back guarantee.
Veendum!
I wanted to talk about those YouTube channels that call people at 3 a.m.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I hate those with a passion.
Guys, if I spin this fidget spinner,
Oh, look at that.
spin for 5 seconds, you guys have to smash the like button. 5, 6, 7,
Whoa.
8, 9.
That's pretty badass.
Boom! Now you guys have to smash the like button.
Fuck, alright, fine.
You win.
So today's video, we are going to be calling Thanos.
What did he say? You tell me what he just said. You tell me right now. What did he actually say?
Today's video, we are going to be calling Thanos at 3 a.m.
Okay, we're gonna be calling Thanos and Ninnolaam. Now, hold on, we gotta get in the mood.
Eliminated.
Editor, we gotta put in some of the spooky music. Here we go.
I think it's a dance montage.
Wait a minute. How did he get Thanos' number?
Make sure to subscribe and turn on the little bell.
I wanna be on the notifications squad.
Come on, please.
Please, Thanos.
Start gonna answer.
Please.
Come on. Hello?
I mean, what else could I have expected? But, like, somehow I'm still disappointed.
Wait, who are you?
You called me. Should I comment this?
Yeah, I think that's...
Disclaimer. This is just a skit.
Oh, what?
Protect the bombs.
Yo, Thanos. Oh my god.
I did not see that coming.
This is one of my favourite videos. Look to the left of him underneath that car poster. That looks suspiciously like lights coming through blinds.
Yeah, you're right. 100%. The comments turned off, the like to dislike ratio is turned off. Okay, here's the thing. This must be semi-ironic, but the thing that's throwing me off is the threatening we need to talk kind of facial expression. I have just called the sus among us, and I have terrible news about your balance.
Craig gang, it's your I screen the building man coming at you with another lead videos.
What the hell did he?
And Craig gang, it's your I screen the building man.
So he's saying, what's up YouTube and Cray. So his channel is Eli So Cray.
Yeah, you know, I got so that one, but then issue with us train the building man.
Internet you with another lead videos always.
Wait.
No, the dabbing. This guy is so self-aware. He knows.
No, I know he is not. I guarantee you he's not.
Guys, make sure you go check out that video after this video. FaceTime and pops for Eli So great. It was absolutely insane.
I can hear the things you're saying without staring at me with enormous intensity.
You need to start your videos with like a snappy kind of like, what's up? It's your boy, AJ back in the building with another banger of a video for you today.
Hello? Is this Among Us?
This guy is so self-aware. This guy is brilliant.
He's not!
This is satire, and it is genius.
Let me ask you a question. How much treasure is on that boat? How much money worth of treasure?
Again, no mention of treasure at any point in Among Us.
Does he think they are scuba divers?
Or like pirates? Something that involves money on the high seas?
$100 million? $100 million?
I'm gonna be honest. This is so entertaining that, like, I actually don't even want to commentate over it.
No, I agree.
I am absolutely enthralled by it.
I genuinely love this video. Banger of a video. Today we are calling the internet historian who recently passed away, RIP to my boy. Anyway, let's just jump into this. So first of all, before we get started, guys, make sure to follow my Instagram.
You forgot the fidget spinner.
If I can spin this fidget spinner on this loaded gun in my mouth for more than 3 seconds, then you have to hit the subscribe button. First of all, let me just, I found this number on the dark web.
I just think it was DM.
Oh my god, you guys, he DM'd me his number, so I'm just going to call this now. Bring, 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 bring.
Hello? You've reached Internet Historian's voicemail. I'm not able.
Oh my god, you guys, did you hear that? The internet historian just replied to me from beyond the grave. Oh.
You get halfway through that, then your phone starts buzzing. Hey, sorry, no, I missed your call. What's up?
Is this the real internet historian?
Loading new Meg.
Why are you talking like that? Yeah, it's me. What's up?
When are you gonna upload a new main channel video? It's been like 6 months.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Did you do Halloween?
Growing up in rural New Zealand, not really, but kind of. So we would
Look at
dress
the
up
girl,
for
look at
the
it.
whole like go around the houses,
Bomb
but it was
diffuser
probably
in
like
place.
1 in 10 houses actually did it. Yeah. Nothing like American Halloween. People didn't really try. We went to 2 of them and they were like, no, fuck off. We're like, all right. I think one woman gave us 50 cents. It wasn't very good.
My experience is that Halloween, I think, was my favorite holiday of anything.
Really?
Way better than Christmas, my birthday, because you get to dress up, which is like fun in the first
I'm
place.
going to go as an Arabian Night and put on blackface. And
I'm going as Justin Trudeau. So Halloween is great because you have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. And it's one of the first times where you get to go out on your own. You can do slightly criminal things and get away with it. It's brilliant. One time, I think I was a ninja?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Fortnite Ninja 11s.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's
Me and a couple of mates, we're walking around, and every second house is not doing Halloween.
Yeah.
But they would see you dressed up, and it's like, hold on, kids, just let me
check
see
the
what's in the
pantry.
pantry. They would come out with like a whole packet of Tim Tams.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
That's a haul.
It's like fantastic. And then once in a while, they would be like, oh, you know what? I'm not doing candy. You can have something healthy. And you get vegetables
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
I got an apple once. That was the worst.
Bro, I got a full cabbage. It was 3.5 kilos. It was enormous. It was like, oh, this is our new fucking treasure for the evening. We're walking along the streets. Some teenagers in a car see us with this big cabbage.
Oh,
and they're like,
man,
"Roll it,
shotgun
roll
matila."
it." And so they got us to roll it onto the street. And then they're in their car, right? And so they would just like go forward and back and try to run over the cabbage. And we were just having the best fucking
That's so
time.
cool.
Oh, it's just the best, man. And then you get home and then there's a whole bunch of candy.
I love the idea of you having to like Diablo style inventory manage your bag with a cabbage. It's just taking up like 12 slots and you're like, wow, can't get rid of it though.
Drop item.
Halloween, I was dressed as Super Mario.
You're going as Chris Pratt?
Yeah, I was a crisp rat. So I was like 16, 17. We were drinking grape juice because I was underage. We were like, let's go to McDonald's, as all good stories end on a night of debauchery.
Right.
It was probably like a 15-minute walk, not too far away. Side note, the entire way, one of my friends was like, put his arms around me. He's like, James, bro, I fucking love you, man. Just so you know, I've always got your fucking back if anything fucking happens. So we pulled up to an intersection and a car pulled up and this dude who had been trying to think of me a second ago was like, hey, g'day boys, you having a good night? Guy gets out of the passenger side. This dude's like in his late 20s. Eyes us all up. Sees I'm the smallest.
Yeah, right.
All I remember is being up, and then I remember being sideways.
Holy shit.
And he had cracked me in my jaw.
Holy fuck, he could have turned you into a ghost.
You hear about people who just ding their head off the concrete and they're done.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe I am dead.
He's Joel Osmond's there.
You look outside the window and I just walk away kind of nonchalantly. So I get smacked. I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
I didn't pass out, I just got a walloping. And he got back in his car and they peeled off up the street.
Yeah.
Conveniently, a police cruiser pulls up, so they didn't see any of that happen. But all my friends are like, go get that fucking car, they just punched my friend. Cops peel off up the road after them, pull them over. And then they come back to us and they're like, yeah, they say that they didn't do anything. And then they like see me on the ground, like bleeding. Well, they obviously did something.
Yeah.
Ended up taking the guy to court.
You took him to court?
I did. And he pled not guilty.
So what did you say? I hereby declare, Your Honor, this guy did a mischief to my face.
Take a look at my mug. One woman screams and she's like, he's disgusting. It's just my normal face.
Oh, and his speech impediment ever since. Right, so what happened then? Did he go to jail?
He pled not guilty, and I read my statements. He said that my attire was offensive to him.
Yeah, right.
Keep in mind, dressed as Mario from the video game Mario.
Yeah. Did you get punched by fucking Waluigi?
Now that I think about it, it wasn't a car, it was a cart they were in, and they drove off onto like a big rainbow road in the sky.
So what happened? Did he go to jail?
So he pled not guilty, and then I think he was from up north, so he went back to like whatever town he was from and was being trialed in their court. And while he was awaiting his court date, he assaulted someone else. So
mild brain damage, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I started a YouTube channel, so. Oh, we should do like a really dumb creepypasta for like a video game we both know.
Oh, that would be quite good. Okay, guys, you'll never believe this story, but it's 100% true. When I was 14 years old, I really wanted to play the new game, Fallout 4. But my parents wouldn't buy it for me. So, One day I went to a garage sale. Lo and behold, there was a copy of Fallout 4, but the disc was just an ordinary disc, and
Op 4
someone
has
had just
located a bomb.
written
Be ready for assault.
FO4 on it in a marker pen. It must have been a pirated copy. I wish I had known what I know now. That is not any ordinary copy of Fallout 4. When I installed the game, it came with a warning that said, may cause death. I thought it was the developers trying to be fun. Every game creepypasta.
This is very accurate.
When I booted up the game, it wouldn't work properly. It would be a black screen. But then I messed around with the system files and I managed to get it working.
I thought it was just my PC acting up because my mom wouldn't let me buy a new graphics card.
The first thing I noticed was that there was already a save file on the game. I thought that was strange. I opened it up and it took me to the character creation menu. Except the man standing in front of the mirror was dead.
Can I tell you something?
What?
My wall just creaked and I got a fright because you were putting me on edge. I genuinely got scared by that. After I picked up my baby, the screen went black and I figured once again maybe my old PC had bugged out. But all of a sudden, it skipped to what seemed like a few hours in the game. I was back in the wasteland and I was talking to... What's his name?
Preston Garvey.
I was talking to Preston Garvey.
The only option it gave me was strangle. So I pressed the button, and what happened next was an extremely graphic cutscene of my character cutting the circulation to Preston Garvey. He screamed in pain, and it wasn't like any of the usual voice acting. This sounded real.
I swear when I looked into his eyes, it was like the texture suddenly got hyper-realistic, and I thought I saw a reflection of a person in it. I thought I saw myself. Not only that, but the familiar Fallout UI went from being green to red.
And then it goes, I've been playing this game for a long time now, and I started to notice some things. I feel like there's shadows in the corner of my room in real life.
I played for another 20 hours, literally exploring every crack and crevice, until finally I found the first NPC I'd seen in a literal day.
It was my dead wife, and she was still frozen, like she was in the cryo chamber. I started doing some research on the dark web. I found a post that said that actually, during the production of Fallout 4,
one of the beta testers was forced to play the game for 20 hours straight to see if there was any bugs with the game being played for 20 hours straight. And the man died of dehydration.
And then Todd Howard buried the body, and he didn't want anyone to know. Something is not right. I feel like there's creatures all around me, like in the game. I can see map markers in the distance. Here's the worst part. I decided to webcam my friend, but when I opened the call, he said, "Why are you hanging out with Preston Garvey?" And I said, "What? I'm all alone."
I've got another twist.
You got a better one?
An alternate one. To my shock, when the webcam turned on, it wasn't my friend as I expected. It was the Todd Howard staring back at me.
But his eyes were different. They were more evil.
His eyes were black, and as though he'd been crying blood. He opened his mouth, and only static came out. I was terrified of what would happen.
Through the static, though, I could hear something. He said, "If you die in the game, you die in real life."
Finish the game.
That's it. Yep. I hope this isn't my last entry. Things are getting really bad now. I went back to that neighbor's garage sale, and it turns out they've never even lived there. If I can end on one thing, it's to say this. If you find a pirated game at a garage sale, don't play. That's a great one. Okay. Space. Space. What is space? Why do I have to wear a spacesuit? That is so formal. Too cold? Not a problem. I'll just put on a jacket. Why does everyone say you can't go faster than the speed of light? It's super simple. Just go to speed of light, and then you push on the accelerator a little more. Oh no, not the sun. The water will put it out. Hey Alexa, play Who Let the Dogs Out.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't
Alexa,
do that.
play the thing. No. Alexa, play Who Let the Dog... Ah-ha-ha. Now I will be able to get all the best news. Hey, you should have closed your curtains. Ooh, I wonder what's in there. Oh, hey, how you doing, little fella? Oh, I think he's just sleeping. Aha! I knew it was fake the whole time. All this and more on this episode of In the...
Space.
What you know about space?
What do I... not a lot.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning.
Oh.
Not the beginning of the universe. The beginning of how people thought space was.
Oh, yeah, so the history of space. Okay, yeah.
So we've got flat Earth, right? Now there's going to be a whole bunch of people in the comments.
Changing mags!
Earth was round since the Greeks. We know, everybody knows. No one thinks you're smart. Shut up. But there were plenty of societies that did think that the world was flat. Yeah, I saw this in a lecture once, or I overheard it on the...
Why? You already have one!
This is how it goes. You've got like this circular flat Earth, right? And then you've got land in the middle. They call this area the Mediterranean because that's the middle land, right? It's right in the center. And then past the land, you've got water. Now, all that water is mostly fine, but if you go a little further out, there's a lot more water, like a shitload more water. These disc maps you see are not to scale. It goes way further out. But if you try to traverse them, what will happen is sea monsters.
Nice try.
Right? They'll destroy your ship. Easy. And you can tell that sea monsters are real because once in a while you get some weird thing that washes up to shore. If somehow you make it past the sea monsters, you encounter mud.
Just mud?
It's flat mud, and it mixes with the land, so you can no longer pass by it in a boat. So you can try to walk across it, but it's basically like quicksand, you know, you just straight into it. But somehow, if you manage to traverse this plain of mud, which is even larger than the ocean itself, it would start to get colder and colder. And eventually that mud becomes frozen, and then it turns to ice. And then it's just cold nothingness for far, far longer than all the oceans. And then eventually you come to a big mountain range. And this mountain range goes right around the Earth. And it is the thing that at the very top holds up the filament, which is the thing that encompasses the stars.
So the